It's the Spotter Stand Live, starring BSR Pockets, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Momo, BSR Jova, BSR Scar, BSR SR5, Eddie D, featuring BSR Wings, Bubba J, Vince Conway, BSR Rugrat, Gear, Big Vito, Palmion, Randy C, musical guest, BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Spotter Stand, coming at you live. We got in the booth with us this week BSR Hot Rod, BSR Pockets, and BSR Mayhem joining us. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Right.
Fantastic.
Well, we had a great week of racing last week at Pocono. All 3 nights, all 3 series, Pocono. We finished it up with the team series just last night at Daytona. Points got shaken up a little bit last night. That was a hell of a finish in the Saturday night team series, but we will get to that before we move into the bonus points, which we just wrapped up the regular truck season schedule. We'll be a week off this coming up week for the trucks, and then we will be heading into the chase. First race of the chase for the trucks starts a lot earlier than the Cup and the Xfinity series. We do like to run a 10-race chase in all 3 series, so truck series being a lot shorter schedule, it starts a lot sooner. But there will be several off weeks during the chase of the trucks. So let's get right into it, and let's head over and take a look at Wednesday night's truck schedule. We just finished up the first 13 races of the season, ending with Pocono. Last race of the regular season. You look down here, it looks like I got the pole and took the last victory of the season in the truck series. Let's go and take a look at our race results from this truck race at Pocono.
Yes, Killa with the win. Leads the most laps. Mike Coulong second. Mayhem third. Momo fourth. And Nuts rounds out the top 5.
BSR Nuts. It's nice when he can pay us a visit, find the time to come over and race with us over here, and got him a top 5 Wednesday night at Pocono. Great job, Nuts. And Mike Coulong, man. Mike's had a great season so far ever since him and Sean have joined us. Both of those guys, great racers, fast and clean. I don't know if either one of them has caused an incident yet in the several races that they've been with us here. But Mike with a great truck on Wednesday night, finishing in second place. Led 17 laps. It looks like I did lead the most laps Wednesday night at Pocono.
That's a pretty cool stat I just realized.
What's that?
The top 4 finishers started in the exact same spots they finished in.
Yeah, look at that. Those 4 straight lines right across the top. That doesn't happen often. You see it every once in a while with a few drivers, but the top 4?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Well, as we'll see when we get to Friday night, which is the same track, same physics, same setup, things changed a little bit. Some people made some alterations to their setups after Wednesday night's race, and we had a little bit of a different race on Friday night. But let's go and check out our point standings here on Wednesday night as we wrap up the regular season of this truck series. I did manage to hold on to that top spot by 61 points over BSR Pockets, finished in second place. Mayhem In third place, down by 72, Eddie D. In fourth, down by 87, and Hot Rod right behind him in fifth place, down by 89 points. I'd like to say howdy to those guys out there in the chat box. Travis Swinger, Mike Coulon, good to see you guys joining us here.
Jeep mate. That's who Travis Swinger is. Jeep meat.
Jeep meat?
Jeep meat.
Ah.
Yes.
So there's the way your points.
Even ask.
There's the way your points end for this truck series. 13 races of the regular season. Let's go and take a quick look at our truck chase schedule right quick, if I can find it on this list. There it is.
It's down. Yep.
And of course, there's nothing in the standings. Let's click over here to the schedule. Looks like we're going to start July 8th with Kentucky. And it looks like there's a couple of weeks off in between the first and second race, which will be Eldora. I know that's one that Larry is definitely looking forward to. Eldora, racing in the dirt on the trucks. And we're gonna...
I'm usually good in the dirt, but I've had a lot of bad luck in that series at Eldora.
Well, maybe this will be your year. You know, it's a little bit different running these trucks because it's not a fixed setup. We don't have, you know, the mandatory low tire pressures that you usually have on the dirt tracks. And, you know, these guys are pumping their tire pressures up to speedway tire pressures, 30 pounds or so, 30, 40 pounds of pressure, and driving it more like it was an asphalt track versus a dirt track. So that kind of changes things a little bit. You know, it doesn't run quite as much like a dirt track as you would like it to.
Yeah, but if you remember the first year I came over here, everybody ran my setup that year, and I kind of dominated the whole race. And there was a late race incident with like the last lap. Two guys got together and they were kind of slow out in front of me, and I slowed up, and Momo buzzed by me because he kept the momentum going, and I couldn't hold him off. So just little stuff like that. So it's been biting me, but we'll get it sorted out here hopefully this year.
So it looks like after Eldora, we move on to Michigan, and then we're going to have another week off, moving into Gateway night, and then a road course. It looks like another week off, maybe 2 weeks, possibly after Gateway. Yeah, another road course, Canadian Tire, right in the middle of the chase. I believe all of these series have got at least one road course in the chase.
Yep, all three of them have a road course.
After Canadian Tire, it's going to be Bristol Night, Las Vegas, Talladega, Martinsville, and finishing the season out with Phoenix.
I've won at every single one of those tracks pretty recently. Watch yourself.
Well, you might need to pull a few of those off, because as we get down to the bonus points segment, you'll see exactly where you stand right now going into this chase, because bonus points have been tallied, attendance points have been added, and we'll see where everybody's at going into this 10-race chase for the Truck Series.
That's why I was excited about this episode. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm about 20 points behind everybody already, I think.
You're not that far behind. Not that far. So let's go ahead and go over and take a look at Thursday night's racing at Pocono. Thursday Cup Series. We're now 5 races in to segment 2 of this Cup Series racing at Pocono. It looks like once again I did get the pole at Pocono in the Cup Series, but it was BSR Momo who brought home the victory on Thursday night. I see Momo sitting out there. What's up, Momo? This was Momo's. You need to get in here, Momo. This was your first win on Thursday night, your first Cup Series wins. It looks like you're pulling off something similar to what I did last season. Not a single victory in segment 1, and now here you are coming into segment 2. And you just gotten your first win on Thursday night. So congrats, man. Great job. I'm glad to see you finally hitting the winner's board here on Thursday night in this Cup Series. I know Momo is our Xfinity Series champion from the 2019 season. And I know Momo is really looking to try to capture this Cup Series here in the 2020 season. So that's definitely a great step on the
User
way
entered your
to
channel.
getting that Cup championship. What's up, Momo? Glad you could join us here.
Hey, what's up?
Right on time. Great job, man, on the win. I know that was a hell of a race at the end of that race Thursday night between you and Mike Coulon for that victory.
It was just putting that piece of junk car in the right spot at the right time.
That was a piece of junk car. I forgot all about that. Yeah,
He
Momo.
banged up his back end, had a spoiler that was frowning at us, and was faster than all of us.
Yeah, and it's not very often that happens. Usually when that back end of your car starts looking like that, especially at a big track like Pocono, where you've got long straightaways and that straightaway speed really matters. Your car was still running fast, man. That was a great job and a great win.
I appreciate it. It wasn't no motor damage. It just backed into the fence. That's all.
Yeah, I've seen that work at Bristol and Martinsville, but yeah, I've never really seen it at a big track like that. So, especially Pocono of all, it was great.
Yeah, and I didn't put 65 tape on it.
Yeah, you had the good gears that night. I definitely had some poor gearing in that car, but I think I'm ready for July. Hey, just by the way, I guess are you doing the bonus points later in the episode?
After Saturday night, yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Let's go ahead and go take a look at our race results from Thursday night's Cup race at Pocono.
Yes, Momo with the good win. Mike Coulon second, Pockets third, Gear fourth, and Mayhem rounds out top five.
Thanks for
Mr.
third place, Texan.
Mr. Texas led the most laps in that race.
Yeah, I put it in the corner.
You know
and,
what? If you hadn't have said that, if you wouldn't have said anything, I was gonna claim that. I just thought I caused that.
What are we talking about? Oh, no. Yeah, you definitely did not cause that. I forgot all about that right there at the end of the race Thursday night. I believe it was you and
User
Gear
disconnected
that got
from your
together
channel.
Yes.
right in front of me. And no, you guys went on. Gear bumped the wall a little bit, but never really got sideways or anything like that. And I just tried to turn the car left in the middle of the turn, and it just went around. It was all me. You didn't cause that. That's one of those things. But that's definitely going to shake the points up a little bit there with me finishing back in 7th place. Momo, you can see Momo brought home 45 points versus my 38 points. I got an extra bonus point for leading the most laps, so that'll help me a little bit right there. But still, that's 7 points in one race that Momo just gained on me.
And then me and Texan couldn't get out of each other's goddamn way.
That was a fun race. We had a few cautions in there, but I believe we did still have one set of green flag pit stops, didn't we, on Thursday
I
night?
believe so.
Yeah.
So let's go take a look at our standings here. We're now 5 races in to segment 2. And I do still hold the lead after a 7th place finish last night by 17 over BSR Pockets. Hot Rod in 3rd place, down by 19. And we've got a tie for 4th place between Mayhem and SS Joba, both down by 23 points. Eddie D not sitting far off of them in 6th place, down by 30. But 13 races in 2nd segment, so we've still got 8 races left to go before we finish up segment 2 and head off into the chase here. Momo, I'm guessing Momo has missed one race in this Cup Series to be back by 61. He had to have missed a race.
Yes.
At least one, yeah.
This segment he's only missed one.
Of course, that won't really hurt him all that bad. He's with 8 races left to go, he's still got a possibility of moving up into the top 5 if he doesn't miss any more. But what he needs more than anything right now are victories. He needs those bonus points for the win to try to move up in those bonus points to be as close to the top as he can when we head into the chase, because I know he's looking forward to this chase in this Cup Series, and that's what he's going to need is a few more victories out of these next 8 races to move up there and have a really, really good shot at it without having to worry about a bad race ruining his chase.
Momo decided to stay home on the racetrack that everybody thought Killer was going to dominate on, and Killer shot himself in the foot.
What track was that?
Xfinity.
Yeah, don't I usually shoot myself in the foot some way or another at most of these road courses nowadays?
Yeah, lately, yep. But that's the track that Momo stayed home on in this segment. So,
SS Joba got that victory, did he not?
yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, Mr. Joba won it, and then Pockets got second. You ended up getting third, and I was fourth, I believe.
SS is doing quite well in the bonus points this season in the Cup Series as well. So we'll see when we get onto those bonus points. So let's go take a look here. What do we have coming up in the Cup Series? Indianapolis. As we mentioned, we'll be off on Wednesday night this week. It's an off week. There'll be no truck race, no dirt race, just totally off on Wednesday. Thursday night and Friday night, we'll be racing at Indianapolis, another track with some big, long straightaways. And Indy's always a lot of fun. So I think we're all looking forward. I know several of us anyway, looking forward to getting to Indy as much as we were Pocono. It's kind of odd the way they, of course, NASCAR's schedule is a bit off because of this COVID thing, but the way they put these two tracks, both of them really unique as far as the way the turns are configured, not like most of the other tracks that we run right up next to each other, Pocono and Indianapolis.
Absolutely. It's so they can, utilize the same cars or close to the setups. And hell, one of the turns in Pocono is an Indy turn. So
all I know is the guy that's really probably looking forward to getting to Indianapolis isn't going to say he's ready to go to Indianapolis. The guy that won the Cup race last year.
I'm guessing that guy's sitting in this room here.
He most certainly is.
Just nice and quiet.
Who?
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 What are y'all talking about?
You winning Indianapolis last year in the Cup.
Did I really?
Yeah.
you know what my favorite kind of fish is? Fluke.
I can tell you this. That'd probably be the first win I've ever had at Wendy's. I've had wins at Wendy's. I've had a lot of wins at Wendy's.
You might say it was a fluke, Mayhem. You could say it was a fluke all you want, but he led the second most laps in that race.
No, I'm joking. I remember he had a pretty damn good car.
Yeah, Texan led 37, you led 10, and Pockets led 15.
You know what I was fixed to say, don't you, Larry?
And we only had 2 cautions in that race, so.
It might have been a fluke, but those count. They count those.
Yep. They don't
Right.
when you're standing on the winner's stand, they don't ask you if it's a fluke or not, do they?
They count those. You get a trophy for those.
I'd be proud to hold up a fish trophy. Absolutely.
You sure do.
Well, this year we're going to have a couple of drivers in there that weren't in this race last year, Sean Fredericks and Mike Coulong. Both of those guys will probably be running pretty well. Mike ran really well at Pocono, and I would bet you he's going to have something for Indianapolis as well.
I can quote him when saying, I took my Indy setup over here because Indianapolis is my best track.
Yes, he did say that. Absolutely said that.
Well, let's move on and take a look at Friday night's Xfinity race at Pocono. We are 5 races in to the Xfinity Segment 2 schedule as well. Only 12 races total on this schedule, so 7 races left to go. As you can see, we will be at Indianapolis this Friday night. It looks like I took the pole again, so I got the pole all 3 nights, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That's
what she said.
Only managed to get 1 victory out of it, though. It was BSR Mayhem pulling off the win on Friday night. As I said earlier, some some people learned some things from that Wednesday night truck race and made a few alterations to their set. Mayhem had a great car in this Xfinity series on Friday night to pulling off the victory. Good job, man.
Yes, thank you. I'll requote myself from last week, and it did come true that unlike last year where I seemed to be really good on Wednesday and then I'd lose something on Friday, this year I'm sort of doing okay in the trucks. I'm learning a lot and then applying it to Friday when we run the same track, and it seems to be paying off.
It sure did this week.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Let's go take a look at our race results from Friday night's Xfinity race at Pocono.
Yes, Mayhem with the good win. Texas led the most laps, finishes second. Hot Rod third, Gear fourth, and Jobo rounds out the top 5.
I was blocking the crap out of those last few laps, if I recall, on Friday night.
Yes, that was a great race. I mean, we were having a good run. You moved down to block at least once or twice, and I think I got to the outside of you once or twice as well. I remember one time going into turn 3, I was trying to pass you on the outside and just went in way too high and pretty much rode the wall all the way around that turn, and obviously not able to pull off the pass then. Once we got down to that last lap, I just didn't have anything for you. I couldn't even get it up to your bumper, much less try to pass you.
I had a lot of tape on at the end there.
I had too much damage. I couldn't keep up with you guys, but I definitely made my set way better than it was on Wednesday for Friday. Friday was actually contender. I got up and was racing you guys at the front for a little while, so I was kind of happy with it anyway.
And good to see Gear Jammer in there in the top 5. Decent race for Gear. Looks like he didn't lead any laps, but he finished on the lead lap and got himself a top 5 on Friday night.
Yeah, me and him were battling for quite a while. Me, him, Pockets was battling with us too. I'm not sure what happened to Pockets. He was right there with us battling.
So I wrecked or something at the end. I can't remember what happened. I had some trouble at the end, I believe. Where'd I finish?
6th.
Something. I think I might have, I don't know. Something
You
happened.
get a black flag on the last pit stop, maybe?
I don't think so. Something happened right at the end. I wrecked, I think, or hit the wall or something. But I don't know, something.
Templar.
Let's go take a look at our standings. Friday night Xfinity Series. It's like I hold the lead here as well. BSR Pockets in second place, only down by 14. Hot Rod in third, down by 19. SS Joba in fourth, down by 21. And Eddie D, rounding out the top 5, down by 29.
No more tie on Friday.
No. Mayhem, you must have missed a race, one of these 5 on Friday night.
Yes, I believe he did. Hold on, I'll tell you which one.
See Mike Coulong chiming in out there. Who won Pocono last year? Or Indy?
Mayhem didn't run Mid-Ohio.
Well, you definitely missed a little action at the end of Mid-Ohio. Huh?
We ain't going to talk about Mid-Ohio. Don't go there. I definitely paid you back this week on Thursday night, though.
That's another win that Pockets picked up, isn't it? Pockets, you did win Mid-Ohio, did you not? After
I sure did.
After I wrecked Larry, took him off the win.
Hell, I didn't even have to pick that up. It was just handed right to me. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely was.
We humped to Saturday. I'm sorry, I had to step away a second.
No, we're just about to be on to Saturday.
Okay.
I see out there, Mike Coulong. We were talking about that earlier, how you're probably going to have something for us at Indy. So we're definitely going to bring the best we got. We're planning on having a great race this Thursday and Friday night at Indy.
Yes,
I ain't scared of you, Mike Coulong.
Yes, Mike, you should know by now I bring my A game every week. It may not be an A game, but I bring the best I got anyway.
All right, so let's go and take a look at Saturday night team series.
Before we do, I was going to ask y'all. I've always loved Pocono, but for some reason this week was extra fun. I mean, it just Has to be with the group. It's got to. That's what it's got to be down to. It was good racing at Pocono. Good
Yes,
good
sir.
times.
I don't know, but Pockets better pick it up in the tunnel turn next year. That's all I'm going to say.
God, I don't know how you get through there so fast.
That's the place to make up time.
Oh, man, I was killing them in there.
I think it helps if you just close your eyes. Yeah. Close
Yes,
your eyes
sir.
out through there.
Yeah, I run blindfolded. Did I get to tell you that?
So as we can see, we are 9 races in to season 41. Just one race left to go, and we'll be finishing up another 10-race season of the Saturday Night Team Series. 410 races will be behind us after this. Not this Saturday. We're off this Saturday, right? For the July 4th
Yes,
weekend, I
off
believe.
this Saturday.
Yeah.
We don't come back till the following Saturday, which will be the last race at Talladega, July 11th.
So as we can see down here, it looks like I took the pole for the Yingling team, and it was SS Joba who took the win for the Aftershock team. As we know, going into this race, Yingling had a 15-point lead over Aftershock and an 18-point lead over the Mafia. A pretty good lead with just 2 races left in the series, but let's go to these race results. We'll see how these teams finished. Definitely shook the points up a little bit. Aftershock taking first place with that number 56 SS Joba. Brought home 47 points for the Aftershock team. And it was Pockets who brought home a 3rd place finish for the Mafia. Also led the most laps at 50 laps of that race. Almost half the race Pockets led.
Glad we pushed him.
Brought home 43 points for his team. So they did drop a few points to Aftershock, but they definitely picked up a few points on Yingling. And it was myself brought home a 5th place finish for the Yingling team, only 40 points for Yingling. So Aftershock gaining 7 points on the Yingling team, and the Mafia gaining 3 points on the Yingling team. And I believe Mayhem, you pulled it off in 2nd place on Saturday night, did you not?
I did once again. It was a little bit of luck, but that's what I wanted to address. I went back and looked at that replay, and I know Pockets either blew a gear or missed a gear or something happened, spun some tires, but I know there became like a big melee, and I wound up getting through it and, got into 2nd place when everybody else was wrecking. But I think I ran into you twice, Texan, and I probably could have lifted a 2nd time, and I apologize I think that really screwed up your finish there. So if any part of that was me, I do apologize.
You talking about that very last lap?
Yes, sir.
Ran out of gas in front of everybody.
Yeah, Pockets was running out of gas right there. I knew
That's what it was. Yeah, I ran out of gas.
I knew that was going to be coming because that previous run, I had saved enough and gone an extra lap. I went 20 laps before the last pit stop. So when I came out of the pits, I had enough fuel to make it the last 19 laps all the way to the end. I knew I was good. All those guys that had pitted a lap ahead of me, SS Joba, Pockets, all the rest of them, they had to save during that entire run to make that 20 laps to the end of the race.
And Pockets stayed out front too long. I forgot him.
Pockets was running the front for most of that run. I knew he was going to be running out of gas, but there was just, the way the cars were, the way everybody was in the lines, there was nowhere for me to go to try to get beside Pockets. So I just stayed behind him and just, I knew he was going to be running out of gas, and I just got right on his bumper and was trying to actually push him once he was running out of gas and sputtering a little bit. And that's really what caused it all. Is I was trying to push Pockets as he was running out of gas, and I turned him around, and you just had nowhere to go. That's last lap, saving fuel, the racing for the win. That's how it goes.
Right, absolutely. I did see that, whether it was a gear or gas or whatever. There was that one time I seen it happen, maybe because you did bump him a 2nd time and it pushed you back into me. But I hate having to finish like that when you're running behind somebody and I could have pushed you forward, but instead it wound up, I guess, clipping you on the side and then spun you around, and you went for a wild ride.
Oh yeah, and like I said, we all I think had the same momentum, even though we're spinning across the line. I don't think it affected my finishing position very much because there were several cars in that outside line that would have been ahead of me anyway. I would have been fourth place probably at best, even if we hadn't have gotten into the incident. So, no hard feelings there. That was
Right
a
on.
great race. It's always fun when we have a finish like that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The incident race with guys running out of gas and guys not running out of gas is always kind of tricky, but it is what it is. You just got to make it through if you can. You did a good job of getting through, regardless.
So let's go over to the standings here. With just one race left in season 41, Yingling is still in the lead, but now it's cut down to only 8 points over the Aftershock team and 15 points over the Mafia. So, man, that's going to be tough, Pockets. 15 points in one race. I think even if all 3 or 4 of the Yingling cars finish at the very back of the pack, I don't know. Even if your team was to lead the most laps and win the race, if you could make up 15 points in one race, that's
Hell, who's in second?
Aftershock is in second. That 8 points is definitely doable.
So that's where we have to focus. We're out, so it's all about making
Getting
it
that second
exciting and
spot.
trying to get Aftershock
Yeah, you're only
past the Yinglings. That's the way that plays out. It's one of those strategy things.
And Aftershock lost, I believe it was 9 points in one race at one point to the Yingling team. So
We lost 8 last week, didn't we?
not
No.
you mean this week before last?
Yeah.
Y'all lost almost 8, and I think that was the week that Aftershock lost 9.
No surprise, because I didn't make that race that week. It's a wonder we didn't lose more than I'm just kidding.
Yeah, with Yingling pulling off
Oh my God.
fifth place and Aftershock getting the win, they gained 7 points. If they had led the most laps in that race, that would have been 8 points right there in that one race. So all they've got to do is lead the most laps, win the race, and try to keep Yingling back. If they keep us back to 5th place, then that is a tie for the win, tie for the victory. If they keep us back to 6th, then they've got it wrapped up if they're able to win and lead the most laps, which is definitely possible.
Yes. Aftershock has a chance to win, for sure. Especially with the luck we've been having the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it seems like the end of this season is kind of going like the beginning did for us. We didn't have much luck in the beginning, but after 3 races or so, our luck started to change a little bit.
Well, I mean, we know they were only kidding, but Momo and Joba sure did accomplish what they were talking about. Having their team take all 4 cars out. It worked pretty good.
Yeah, I had a little bit of damage, but I was still able to hang on to the draft. And actually, Mayhem helped me out a little bit at the end of that race. That after that last pit stop, I was barely hanging on to the lead draft. And Mayhem was one of those cars needed to save fuel. He ended up dropping back from the pack. I was about 6 or 7 tenths off the lead pack and just hanging at 6 or 7 tenths. I was not drawing up to them like he normally would in the draft. And with him dropping back, that allowed me to be able to pull right back up to those lead draft cars. So even though I had a little bit of damage, I was still able to run right there with the lead pack. And yeah, we did all we could anyway to try to keep that lead, and we're going to do it again, not this week, but next week when we finish out the season at Talladega.
Yeah, that worked out good for the both of us. I got my fuel. I was a lap to the good, and was able to get behind you and push you into the pack. So we both kind of won on that one.
All right, so let's go take a look at our bonus points here with the truck season being finished up. Here are your Truck Series bonus points as we head into the chase. You can see here that Texan. I took another victory, the last one of the season, moving me up to a total of 6 over there in the winner race box. Looks Looks like I won the Spring Texas race as well. So 7 out of 13 races. That's a hell of a season right there. That's almost half. That's not too shabby, which would explain why I'm where I am over here in this totals column. 31 total bonus points heading into the chase. And it looks like the next closest drivers to me right now are going to be Mayhem and SS Joba, both with 20 bonus points. So put you guys 11 points off the lead heading into a 10 race chase. That's only 1 point per race. 2 points in a couple of them.
I'm lost. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention for a second. All right. Where are we?
We're on
Trying to
the
look at the screen.
we're on the truck bonus points here.
All right. The truck bonus
Truck
points.
bonus points. As you can see, I put the attendance points down there in the totals box. So 13 races was your total attendance bonus points. Now, if you did not make at least 7 out of those 13 races, if you made 7, you got the full 13 bonus points. I believe the cutoff point in this was BSR Momo was the last driver on the standings to make the 7 races, and there were a few drivers behind him that were just a little bit short. I think Sean Fredericks
was the closest one. He had made 6.
He had 7. Yeah, he had 6 races. You can see he got 6 bonus points for the amount of races that he made. So anybody who didn't make 7, you still got the bonus points for the races you showed up to. So yeah, as you can see, it's currently 11 points between first and second place. Mayhem and SS Joba both with 20 bonus points, 11 points off the lead. Pockets has 19 bonus points, putting him 12 points off the lead as we head
Damn,
into
you
the
got
chase.
31 points?
31. And that's the reason I put those attendance points over there to make it easy for everybody to be able to do the math. Because you can look in these boxes over here and add up all the rest. Let's see.
And you're the one that added all these?
I am the one that added all these.
But he has his name in every single box.
He won 7 races, I believe.
I won 7 races, yeah. But the good thing about this is you can look at these boxes right here, and you can go back and you can check the standings and the finishes. So it's real easy to check up on me right here.
I'm just trying to get the order of how things have all went down here, of how we got to this point. I'm just pointing out that you're 31 points ahead, but you're also the person that
added them up.
Well, I'm not concerned about the math. He should be concerned about where he's going to finish at Kentucky, because it ain't going to be first.
Look, the challenge is on.
Yes, sir. I'm going down the gauntlet.
He's 11 ahead going into 10 races.
That's right.
10 race series.
That's right.
You watch. Just you watch.
He's 17 ahead of me, Pockets.
Two-way tie for second place, and then who's in third place?
You're in third place, 19 points.
Third place, then we got a couple people back 6. You got several people in 16
Eddie
back
D,
here.
Gear Jammer, and Momo.
Yeah, that's only
all
3 points right there. That's not, you know what I mean? And plus, we've always said, I mean, you can lose a hell of a lot more than 11 points. You can lose more than 11 points in the first race right out the bat.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that'll change, and that makes it interesting. I'm excited. It's like a refresh, recharge that Wednesday night series, and we go back to racing, and now we race. You can't say, well, the bonus points and all that. All that is wiped clean, and it's run what you brung, get out of business 10 times, see who comes out with the trophy.
That's right.
And we got some
crews are gone now.
We got the summer road courses coming up.
So how many of you guys have been sitting here double checking my math while we've been talking about this?
I'm not.
Like I said, I just need to win the next 10 races, and I don't have to worry about what you did with the math.
They're right, Kill. I added them all in case anybody else didn't.
Yeah, I've done it as well. You know what really, I think
18 and 13 makes 31.
what really made a huge difference as far as my bonus points. If you look down at that All-Star box, 3 bonus points for winning that All-Star race, and then back up at the Spring Texas race, another 3 bonus points for winning that race as well. That's 6 bonus points right there. Without those two,
And
I,
then
I'm at
and then 2 for
25.
Daytona. And then 2 for Daytona.
Yeah, two for the Daytona race, and then the 2 for the
2 for the
segment.
segment.
Yeah.
Yep. And then your 6 wins. And they add up quick.
7 wins.
6 wins.
7 wins. Spring Texas race.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. It's a win in the regular season.
But it doesn't count as a bonus point.
No,
But
it
you
counts.
get-
It counts as 3 bonus points. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, so it doesn't count.
Yes,
as a
I
win.
knew there was some. I knew Killer wipe well,
You have
mopped up
8
on the bonus points.
You have 8 wins counting the All-Star.
Yeah, the All-Star, I didn't count that because it's not a regular season points race,
Yes.
whereas the Spring Texas race is. Yeah, these bonus point boxes make a huge difference in your chase. Being able to pick up 3 bonus points for a win is a huge deal. 3 points for one race, that's you can't do any better than that. That's awesome. And even the 2 bonus points for the second place finishes in some of these races, like Mayhem got 2 bonus points in the Spring Texas. SS Joba 2 bonus points in the All-Star, and me picking up the 2 at Daytona. That's those are huge deals. Picking up more than 1 bonus point for that one race really helps your chase. And like we said, it's an 11-point lead, but all that is a small, very small cushion. You can lose that in one race. Basically, all that does is it allows me maybe 1 mulligan, 1 bad race, and I'm even again with all the rest of these guys. So it's going to be fun. We're coming into the chase. Got a week off, and we'll start the truck chase. We'll see exactly where things go. It is at Kentucky, the first race.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Next Wednesday night.
Kentucky, Gateway, Bristol, all those races. I can't wait to dominate. I mean, race that.
So Mayhem's he's gonna come in there. He's gonna take me out, and then he's gonna win the race, and we're gonna be tied.
That's what I'm looking for. Whatever it takes.
Well, let's go over, take a look at our Xfinity Series bonus points. We're 5 races in now to the second segment of the Xfinity Series. And it was Mayhem picking up the win, moving him up to 4 total wins over there in the winner race box. It's tiny with me over there in the winner race, but it looks like I've got a Michigan win and a Spring Texas win in this Xfinity Series. Again, those 2 races making a huge difference with 6 bonus points just between those 2 races combined, plus the 2 bonus points for the segment finish. So I am still in the lead over here. 26 points total right now in the Xfinity Series. Pocket's in second place with 21. Pocket's been doing great on Friday night with the bonus points. Only 5 points off the lead right now with just 8 races left to go. Oh, excuse me, 7 races left to go in the Xfinity Series before we hit the chase. SS Joba also doing well in the Xfinity Series with 18 bonus points, putting him only 8 points off the lead. Mayhem moving up to 16 with his victory on Friday night, so only 10 points off the lead currently going into the chase. But we've got some good tracks coming up. I'm sure Mayhem's going to pick up a few more wins before we get into the chase here for this Xfinity Series. Close this gap a little bit.
I would like to do that for sure. The road courses are an iffy thing unless we're running Canadian Tire in Xfinity. If not, the Watkins Glen will be okay. But those other road courses, if they show up, I will not be. I'll have to go to those as a throwaway.
I believe we will be run. Don't we run the
Canadian Tire is in the chase.
And isn't the Charlotte in the chase as well? Charlotte?
No, not for the trucks.
You mean the Xfinity?
Oh, yeah, Xfinity. I don't think Canadian Tire. Wait, let me go check the schedule here. Hold on.
Yeah, I know Canadian Tire is definitely for trucks. I mean, I didn't know if there was like a Mid Ohio or a or one of those Road Americas that's going to show up again. In
Road America is in the Xfinity. I'm not sure if it's the end of the segment or if it's actually in the chase this season. Last season, it was the last race of segment 2.
Right. Either way, I'm gonna have to do well around that race.
There is only one road course in Xfinity Chase, and that is the Roval.
And what about Watkins Glen? Isn't that in second
Not in
segment?
the Chase. That's in second segment.
Right. Okay. We still have a second segment to run before we even get to the chase.
Do we end the
That
second segment at Road America again?
No. Yes. In Xfinity, we go to Road America and then Watkins Glen back-to-back weeks. Do Road America, then Watkins Glen, then we finish with Dover. That's the last 3 races of the schedule. Got Indianapolis this week, Kentucky the following week. Got New Hampshire, Iowa, then Road America, then Watkins Glen, then Dover. That finishes out segment 2.
Iowa and Dover. I like it.
Iowa.
And we start the Xfinity Chase. Maybe if it tells me.
We're not at Kentucky?
Nope. We start the chase at Daytona
Oh,
Wow.
in Xfinity. Which means that's probably where the cup, I think the cup, hold on, let me check the
I think Darlington starts the chase.
Darlington. Yep, so the last segment race in the cup is Daytona.
Daytona starting the Xfinity Chase. That's one of those races where you can easily gain or lose 10 to 12 points in one race.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't run out of fuel.
Don't run out of fuel. Don't get a black flag while pitting.
Don't blow a gear.
Don't blow up. Yes. Don't get involved in the big one. There's all kinds of things that can happen at Daytona.
Yeah, even having a bad pit stop with green flag stops. That's it.
That's it, yeah. So let's go take a look at our Cup Series bonus points here. We do still have 8 races left to go in this Cup Series. And it was Momo picking up his first victory in the Cup Series, adding his name to the race winners box over there. He does, however, have several bonus points in some of these other boxes. He picked up a bonus point in the AK race, another bonus point at Daytona, picked up another bonus point in the Michigan race. Looks like he didn't get anything out of the Spring Texas race or the All-Star race. And not in the top 5 in the segment either. Momo currently sitting at 17 points total over here in the total bonus points.
Tied with Hot Rod.
Yeah. I do hold the lead here, 28 points, but it's only a 4-point gap. Friday night, Xfinity was a 5-point gap to Pockets. Tonight, it's only a 4-point gap to last season's Cup champion BSR Mayhem. SS Joba, as I said earlier, having a great season in this Cup Series so far. Picked up quite a few bonus points. He's got 2 wins over there in the race winner box. Got some points at AK. He got the victory at Daytona, which gave him an extra 3 bonus points. Also pulled off a bonus point in the Spring Texas race and another bonus point in the All-Star race. So SS Joba doing pretty well, sitting right there right now at 21 total bonus points, only 7 points off the lead as we're getting ready to head into the chase. 8 more races left to go, and SS been having a great season so far in the Cup Series, so looks like he's going to be a contender for the championship this year. I have 28.
Yeah, and you have 20, Pockets. You're only down by 1 from Joba. You're in 4th place in bonus point.
Ian, the guy keeping the points. I'm just kidding. Starting to see him.
There's a couple names I want to look at here. Look at Mike Coulong right there. 6 bonus points. So he showed up, and I believe he made 4 races at the end of segment 1. So he picked up
half of them.
He picked up 4 bonus points for those races, and he's already got 2 victories in the Cup Series out of those 4 that he made in in segment 1, and the 5 races we've had so far. So 9 races Mike Coulong has been at, and he's won 2 of them. That's a pretty good stat. 2 out of 9. That's not bad at all.
And according to him, he's going to be on the verge of possibly getting one again this week.
2 out of 9. That's better than 20%. That's a pretty good race win average right there. That's somebody we're going to have to look out for when it comes down to the chase in the last 10 races. Even though he's going to be starting a little behind, right now he is 22 points off the lead, which is that's a fair amount of points. But over 10 races, you win a few of those. And I have a bad race or two. Mayhem SS has a bad race or two. He could win that championship. And Sean Frederick's not too far behind him. Sean with 4 bonus points as well for the 4 races that he made at the end of the Cup segment 1. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Mike Coulong already 2 victories up there. Momo, who's been here all season, just picking up his first victory in segment 2. Now that's rare. Normally we would see Momo with several victories over here to his name in this Cup Series. Momo been having a little bit of a rough go of it so far in the Cup Series this year, but he's coming on here.
I stole one of them off of him.
Yeah, I think it's his attendance. I think if he picked it up and was here more regularly, he would just be more comfortable, you know.
Yeah, and not necessarily just on the Thursday night races. I mean, he's been to most of the Thursday night races. He's missed a few of them, but being there on Wednesday night and Friday night, just having more time on the track, even if it's not in the Cup cars, it gets you that little bit of extra experience, especially when it's the same track from Wednesday night to Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
It's not the same physics, but you just ran a whole race at that track. So when you come into that Cup Series, you got a little bit of a change because of the extra horsepower and the slight difference in the setup, but you're a lot more used to the track. I personally think that gives you a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an advantage over somebody who didn't show up the night before, and now they're coming into the Cup Series, just to run that race. So.
I know that was with the road courses, but I wouldn't necessarily work that much with the ovals.
Yeah, seat time is seat time.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. Just sitting in that car longer than the other person gives you a slight advantage.
Maybe. I ain't going to argue that it don't, but I definitely know the road courses it does because it helps you remember which corner is what.
Yeah, you're gonna need that information.
Well, I think Watkins Glen might be the only track, only road course we've got coming up that will be at more than one series. So, well, I guess that's about. Go ahead.
We've raced enough of these road courses that I can, over on the Project Car side, there's a lot of. It's all road courses. And you get into those new tracks, and I can remember even when we started getting into these new tracks like Road America and stuff, that other sim helped me learn the track. And we've raced it so many of them so many times. Just when you said Watkins Glen, the mini map popped in my head, or you know what I mean? I know every turn at Watkins Glen. I know every turn at Road America. And it is, Larry hit a very important point. Remembering and knowing those road courses that's a huge thing.
Yeah, helps you run them better.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if you know what corner's coming up, knowing what gear you're going to need to be in to make that corner. That's half the battle right there.
And knowing where the line is, you know what I mean? If you want to hit it early or if you want to come in late, all that's majorly important.
And the road courses are a lot more fun under the current configuration.
Road courses are fun now because Texas shoots itself in the foot. I had to throw that out there. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to knock on some wood right here. Hopefully, the rest of these road courses that we have to run this season, I'll fare a little bit better. I don't know if I've even won a road course all season long.
Not this year.
I was going to say, the last time I seen Texan shoot anything, he shot you in the foot, Larry.
Yes, he did do that. Yes, is what he did.
He didn't shoot himself in the foot. He shot you right in the foot, though. Actually,
No,
shot you right in the ass.
I shot.
The last road course we were on, he had like a freaking 10-second lead on everybody and spun the hell out.
Yeah, what I did was I shot myself in the foot, and then I stepped on Larry's foot with my other foot and shot both of us. So I shot myself in both feet, shot Larry in one of his too.
Yeah, but that was at Mid-Ohio. We ran a road course after that. The Joba one.
Oh yeah, that was.
You had a
in
10-second lead and spun out or something on that one.
Yes, I did. Had to go in for an extra pit stop because both of my front tires were red. Yeah.
So that was shooting himself in the foot. He didn't shoot nobody in the foot on that one. Pockets.
Yes.
Well, that's about all we got for you guys this week. Thanks for tuning in out there watching us live. And again, we'll be off Wednesday night. No race this Wednesday, but Thursday night we will be at Indianapolis. Friday night at Indianapolis, and Saturday night we will be off as well. So just 2 nights of racing coming up this week, both of them at Indianapolis, Wednesday and Thursday.
I don't know who's all watching, but I'm going to Wednesday put the server up, Eldoro CTS Physics in the truck. You guys want to come in and practice for the upcoming dirt event.
Well, you heard it. That's going to be the second race of the chase.
User entered
If
your
you
chat.
don't have a lot of experience at Eldora and you like to get a little track time, a little seat time, see what you're going to have for that second race of the chase in the truck series, come out on Wednesday night and we will have the server up at Eldora for a little bit of practice. I'm sure Hot Rod will be glad to share his setup with anybody who needs it. Well, I don't know. It's a chase race. Maybe he might not.
Everybody else has it. I ain't afraid to give it to everybody. I gave it to everybody my first year here, and I ain't changed from it since. So,
well, again, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you, if not Wednesday night, Thursday night at Indianapolis. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you later on this week.
Holla.
later.
Sound muted.